Okay, we're there.
Okay, call to order. At 5:35. I'm running more copies.
At 36, 37.
Is it? Oh. Okay, 5:37. Okay, everyone should have copies of the minutes. And we'll do the minutes first. Go through them. This is the updating.
So.
Is that a copy?
I have them electronically on my phone.
Oh, you have that there too, right? Oh, the minutes?
The door, they start filling the stuff in. You got your card there.
All right.
You get that, you expect for that, fill that in, it'll all go on the plan. I'll just send it, just give it to them. It'll have to be-
Works for me, we good.
Yeah.
Okay, I make a motion to accept the minutes as written, October 22nd, 2025.
I'll second.
Okay.
Discussion.
Anyone have any questions, corrections? No?
All in favor?
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Okay. I've handed out the latest, if you recall, last meeting, there were some adjustments and additions to the municipal building and police department building. So we now have the copies with those additions. And I do believe that was all the built-ins, right, or the
The built-ins and then there was an extra door.
door, right?
Yeah, it looks great.
It does. And you know Chris is on his way, right?
He's always on his way.
I know. Any discussion on it? I think it looks great.
Well, I see where he
What we
put,
asked
on the first page, chart for the doors. That's what it looks like.
Yeah, that would be,
Yeah.
Leo, that's the store schedule that I've got printed up separately, he emailed these to me so that I could just fill it out
Okay,
and just handwrite it in, and I'll give it to him and he'll just put it on the computer and
Awesome.
it'll be on the plans.
perfect.
Okay,
And I'm gonna sit down with Mike
I'm gonna
before.
go over this, Tyler and I will get the police department done, and then JT's around, and we'll go through and just dot the i's, cross the t's, we get the hardware spec, I can
Right.
get that to Lee, and just hand it off to him, and
okay,
he'll get it on the
Great,
drawings.
great.
excellent.
And the windows?
Windows we haven't gotten to yet.
Okay, I see to the right, he has the window schedule.
He's got the window schedule there, but we haven't talked about picking a window, he and I had the conversation Sunday afternoon. I was at his house for dinner. So we're probably gonna follow the same, product that we had specified for the building that was proposed last year, which were Matthews Brothers vinyl windows.
Mhm.
At least for the fire station, and if it's a steel building, it would be probably whatever the steel building company supplies, which is typically a vinyl window. What I've seen in the last 7, 8, 10 years. in the business, as well as they would supply the exterior doors
Okay,
for a steel building. If it was a wood frame building, then we'd keep the spec the same. And as far as all the interior specs, flooring, ceiling, that type of stuff, we'd just keep it all the same products.
yeah, I agree.
Yeah, throughout.
Right. Make it using the same thing.
I
That's
mean, it'd
good.
still be bid as two separate projects, but
Right.
we don't have to alter the spec. Other than now I see we have sprinkler involved,
Yes.
Yep,
which we should have a conversation about.
Yeah, I figured we'll discuss that
Yep.
a little bit later,
Mm-hmm.
but I think it's looking really good. Tyler, are you happy with the plans?
I am, yes,
Is it everything that you need?
yes.
It's everything we need in a meeting room, Joe. Oh, here's a puppy. Puppy let himself in. A puppy brought Chris.
What's the puppy's name?
I have no idea.
Chris.
Oh, that's being rude.
Not listening, I'm good.
The fire buildings plans are still the same as the ones from last week. You guys have them, right? Okay.
What's going on?
So who the hell is all these people?
Yeah, exactly. Oh, look at smell.
So where's the height? I'm looking for the height of building.
Which one, Leo?
Back here.
It's on the section page.
Second?
Section, the section, A31.
831, I'm looking.
A31, so the exterior wall is at 10 feet off the slab,
Oh, yeah, I see it now.
the top plate.
Got you.
Like, I think that's more than sufficient.
Yep, 10 feet. Yep.
And you've got 17 feet at the peak on the vaulted.
Yep.
With the vaulted
Right.
area.
17 feet, 4 inches, yeah.
Again, this being a big scissor truss roof, which would be piggybacked because of the length, how big it is.
Mm-hmm.
So that top section across where it looks like there's a girder truss, that would be added on.
What's the pitch on this?
On that pitch, I would say that is probably a 6. It doesn't have the pitch on there. In any of the sections.
Chris, that's from the fire marshal. The response.
I don't see a pitch, but I kinda agree with you.
It's pretty beefy truss, because you got a 90-pound ground snow over here.
Oh, yeah. Looks great.
Yeah, it does.
I don't see the sprinkler system in there.
Well, we're gonna discuss the sprinkler system shortly.
Yeah, well, now that we know,
Exactly, now that we have the
we
answer.
can, this plan could go out for quote. There should be 2 versions of this that goes out. And we can get into that one time
Is
along.
that full?
Hi, Lisa. I'm good, how about yourself?
We need another set of copies with it.
Here you go, Lisa, this is all yours. Is that, wait, that, you're welcome. Just to catch up, these are the latest, plans for the municipal and the police. Yeah, I think did you get an email on it too?
Yeah.
All right. We're gonna jump into the sprinklers. I handed everyone a copy of the response that JT got from the fire marshal as far as what's necessary for sprinklers and so on. We were hoping for a way around it, but I don't think there's gonna be a way around it, not according to this. So we have to consider that sprinklers is going in the main,
So both buildings, is the way I look at it,
yeah, both buildings,
cause he did ask for, on the fire building, and
right?
unless there's a firewall, it still doesn't make any difference.
Well, it would make a difference if I could jump in on that.
Yeah, please.
So what they're really saying is, I'll read it for the fire building, if there were to be a firewall separating the sleeping rooms from the rest of the structure, would that change the requirement at all?
Now, so that's what
And then the chief,
JT,
and then he wrote, chief, if they separate the uses per requirements of IBC/NFPA with a firewall, the bunk rooms would still need to be sprinkled. So that means we're now just isolating the bunk rooms. And that being a wood truss.
I didn't get the
building-
third sheet.
Okay,
That's
so
why.
that's a blessing, because I'm sure we get rid of our system,
Yeah, this is
So
it.
that's a little bit easier.
and something like a residential type system, which would mean a water bottle, so many gallons, 400 gallons, because you're probably sprinkling, less than 500 square feet.
Lot cheaper.
Oh, yes, as you well know.
Yeah.
So that would be the caveat to that particular structure, is to be able to firewall that. That being a wood framed truss structure, that firewall needs to extend all the way to the roof deck, which means all the way through the trusses, and fire tape all the bracing and everything that goes through that separation. Unless we were able to get an approval to separate it at the ceiling, so it's basically a cubicle with 5/8 fire code, and it may take 2 layers on the upper surface. I don't know how code would interpret that, otherwise it usually goes to the roof deck. But still, that's much less money than sprinkling the entire building. At least for the fire.
Right,
So I
right.
was reading that a little bit differently, and I'd like your opinion on it if I could. So it says, it appears there are multiple uses within this building to include business, lodging and rooming, quote, bunk rooms, and potentially assembly space, depending on how the training day room is used. And then it says down below, all new lodging and rooming occupancies require a sprinkler. So if we did not have a bunk room, do we still have to sprinkle? Or is it only because there's lodging in there? So if we.
Yes, because it's under the 300 capacity. That's how I would interpret that. Because if you go to, on the municipal side.
Right.
That 300 number comes up. And
trigger the-
it's triggering driving the bus for that.
So I would want more information from JT, but he alluded, and we had a brief conversation, that he was envisioning like EMS people staying there, wasn't even lodging for fire department, so.
Lodging is lodging, though.
Yeah.
Right, but we're not required to provide lodging, right? So if we excluded lodging, we don't need to sprinkle. Now, if it's a cheap system like you're talking about, if it's not $150,000,
No,
it's 20 grand.
And it wouldn't be,
Right.
it would be done, I believe we can get away with our system, and I could be speaking way out of turn, I haven't put a sprinkler system in 15 years. With residential, only driven, and sprinklers there are only driven by the insurance company, generally
Right.
Chubb is the one that drives out.
I just put one in,
Yeah,
and it was not expensive, because I didn't have to use steel or.
yeah, you're able to use
I
PVC,
was able to use
Thanks.
PVC, and I have a 4,000 gallon tank in the basement, it was 14,000. And it did the whole house, the whole farmhouse.
right, so
So
now we're just
second
talking 2
floor.
bedrooms.
Right, I had 3 bedrooms, I have an additional thing on the back, so it was 14,000. And I have a little thing outside that they can hook up to the fire department.
Yeah.
So it
To
wasn't-
add
it wasn't-
water.
Yeah, they can add water to it, so, yeah, it wasn't that bad,
Did a sprinkler company do it, or did the plumber do it?
sprinkler company did it,
Okay,
I have their information.
yep.
They're in Maine, they were great, quick,
Mhm.
efficient,
See, if we're allowed to do in our system, that can be done by a plumber. So
Yeah.
if our plumber that we hire is able to do it, and we're allowed to do in our system for that.
Probably
It's the
use
same
it,
thing,
yeah.
and the, you know, the water container size goes down,
Yeah.
because we have minimal square footage, and we're only one story.
Yeah, I'm 2-story with 3 bedrooms,
Yeah,
a kitchen, a pantry.
Plus there's all house,
Huh?
plus there's
It's
an
a
all,
very old house.
yeah, with all the, yeah,
Yeah,
where this
yeah,
would
so
be.
it's 14. So
so
not
that's, I'm pretty positive would be well under that.
Mhm.
It's the building out here, the municipal / PD, that would, there's two ways of looking at that.
So, yeah, he's saying 300, so the code is 300 persons and we're hitting at 354.
And a less concentrated use than 165.
Right. So, if indeed, so the other part of it is, you're gonna think is that your insurance company, right? You got a sprinkled structure, it's gonna be far less money to insure that building.
That's one savings.
Yeah, there's
That's
savings
true.
there, there would be
That's
savings
true.
in the fire station
I
too.
would say.
Cause we haven't talked about, you know, overall costs.
Right.
What's the longevity cost of that? We're
Right,
not paying taxes on that, but it's on the rolls, but we are paying insurance. So it's, you know, it's a liability to the town. So it brings up, it may be premature to talk about this now, but we've got a plan that Lee did. It's a wood truss building. So when you look at that section throughout, you know, you're allowed 65 square feet per head. And so it means there would be multiple layers of sprinklers within this truss system above the PD, and including above the municipal room, if indeed the ceiling followed this bottom chord of the vault. On the plus side for the steel building industry, that's all open. It's all open above the PD with the exception of a flat deck. So everything is sprinkled below, and everything above is just, you know, it's just pipe dropping down every, you know, 65 square feet.
Right.
You've got a head, including out into the municipal area. So I think our big cost savings would be, Lisa, chime in if you will, that if it's a steel structure, we have a lot of savings in the municipal side because we're not gonna sheet rock that, we're not gonna stud those walls out.
right,
You know, we've got vinyl insulation, I can
Yeah.
go grab my phone and show you pictures of what that looks like, all brightened up and nice and shiny. And it's acceptable for what we have on the PD side. Yeah, now we build that section out, we're gonna spend some money there. We've got to sprinkle all those rooms, but up above, it's just a clear shot all the way through. And we do not have to put a 2-hour firewall between the PD and the municipal building, municipal side, because of fire code.
Cause you got the
I don't think so.
sprinklers.
I would
Because the
have to look at that more because of separation of uses, but still, if the building's sprinkled, a lot of things are all off bets, you know, you're covered.
So with that sidestep, I think a couple weeks ago, you were talking about like fusible connections because
Yeah,
of the two sides,
yeah,
so that would
right.
sidestep that.
If we were able to isolate that and only have to sprinkle the PD, and if we were gonna bring ductwork through that, we'd have fusible dampers in the ductwork and.
Reading this, it looks like we could apply for a variance though. This last one, it says reviewing the minimal plans provided, as you stated, there are no exemptions. As all structures need to meet the requirements of the state building and fire codes, unless a variance against the state fire code is reviewed and approved by the state fire marshal's office.
Where'd you see that?
On the bottom of that page right
not
there.
that one.
JT did say something about variance
Yeah,
the last meeting, so.
so
Not
I
over
mean,
by much, 54 people.
no, and like it
It's
said
gonna be
right
like
there, in
once
one
or
of those,
twice a year.
depending on
Yeah.
what the space is used
Did
for,
that
how did he word it?
School.
Again, if we only have to sprinkle, if part of that variance means it's a dialogue, and there's a compromise, and there was a demising wall that's a 2-hour rating, we're only sprinkling below the deck on the PD side, that changes a lot. But if they want to include the space above, then it's not much to run pipe out the rest of the way, and you're right back to a full system, and you get the best insurance rate you can get from your stop loss.
Yeah, I mean, yeah,
You do
I mean,
get
I would look at Primex, I mean, from the insurance standpoint, you know, 20 years, 30 years, what's the cost of the savings with a sprinkler system
Right.
versus.
Pay for
It could be in 20 years that it covered that cost.
Right, it'll pay for
But then
itself.
that goes into perpetuity, you know,
Right.
beyond.
And it says too, the less concentrated use of 165 persons, I think it all depends on how you deem the use. on what that square footage is gonna be
Yeah,
used
Right.
for.
Probably one time, it's gonna be once a year, more than,
Yeah,
if that.
probably.
And I'm wondering if he means by like concentrated use of 354, is that just everybody standing in there without stuff in the way? So like you have tables and benches and stuff like that.
No,
That's-
it's like Chris.
That's gonna take away the square footage, is where you get that less concentrated use?
No, like Chris explained last week, I mean, basically, you have a footprint, you know, with your seating area and whole works.
Right.
Just trying to make heads or tails of what is concentrated and what is
What was the
less.
square foot
I
per?
wonder if you went to the state and said, let's only gonna have people in there.
Yeah,
twice
like,
a
why
year,
is the
twice a
7
year
square
for
feet.
that.
Right.
7+ square feet.
So why wouldn't they give you a variance? It's not
I
that
don't know
sure.
what.
It's not like it's
criteria
constant.
defines
They're there every day.
that language.
I'm gonna see if I can figure it out, just cause you'd
7.
think that the concentrated use would be less people, but.
And the one day a year that we know for sure that we would like to use it is voting. And at best, there's gonna be
Voting or
25
Tell me.
tell me,
voting.
that's 3 times.
Uh,
Voting, you
Voting
know,
is 3.
could be 1 to 3 to 4.
The other
Right,
thing
but,
is, when you have an event like that, isn't the fire department there anyway?
yes,
So why couldn't you get a variance for it? It's not like you have all those people there and the fire department's not
But
sitting
they
right
left the
outside.
door open by the word variance in
Yeah,
that, so I
right,
believe
that's
that
right.
it's a
Yeah.
good, you could take a ride to Concord, have a sit
Yeah.
down with something comprehensive, what the use is, and listen.
and
Because,
it's, so if I may just finish what I was gonna say. So the voting, at best, there's 30 people there. Because you've got the ballot clerks, you've got the 3 of us, the moderator, and you've got people throughout the day. It's not like everybody comes and votes at the same time.
Right,
It's not like town meeting where you have, 200+ people. It's voting throughout the day, so that is gonna be the primary use for the unforeseen future, is for
Right.
voting. That's the only interruption that is at the school. We don't interrupt the school at town meeting, because that's held on a Saturday. So as far as like having the conversation about the variance, be like, yes, I get the square footage, but we wanna use it for voting space. That's our primary goal, is to use it as a business office, use it for meetings like this. And again, our capacity in this room is 46, so it's not like you're gonna have a bunch of people there, so I would think that would make a huge difference in the variance.
Have we ever seen this place more than 46?
Yeah, voting.
Yes,
yeah,
Oh, voting, but otherwise than that, meetings?
we have a couple of times,
A
if
couple.
I remember correctly, when there was hot issues, I
Yes.
would say.
Okay.
Yes, that's
yeah, and
correct.
people were standing outside.
Yeah,
The definitions of the use space right from NFPA, less concentrated use, the examples they give is a ballroom with like tables and chairs for a sit-down dinner, and a concentrated use area is a dance floor or a room with a row of chairs set up for a presentation. So that just gives you an idea of what those, those examples are, those terms are.
So if I may, Chris, what I hear you saying then is, it's a process, let's make the building smaller. If you're saying that we've only got 40, 50 people in there, and you're planning on using that school down the street for town meetings on Saturdays, then why are we building such a big building?
So keep the same square footage for
I mean, that's what I just heard.
so keep the same square footage for the police department, but reduce the square footage for the,
Shorten up a bay. I still like the steel building idea, I mean, I really do. But either way, let's shorten, take 20 feet out of it,
What if we
whatever makes
decide though,
sense.
what if we decide though down the road, cause this is going into the future,
Yeah.
that we want the town meetings here?
Well, then we
What if
have
the
town
school all of a sudden says, no, we're not opening on Saturday?
correct, that could happen.
And it could happen.
Cause we've already had that conversation about shrinking the building, and the only way to fall underneath the 300 is to essentially have this space this way and the whole width of this building,
Right.
30 by 60.
Now, the other thing that was mentioned was that this space could possibly be also used as an emergency shelter. We
Which is the
discussed that
reason why
too.
we're putting in the changing station, the shower, and
Right, and all of that stuff. So,
So now we get back to where we are.
now we're back to, right,
I don't know if I'm speaking out of turn here, but I think the best thing to do at this point is take this, send it to a sprinkler company, and be like, what's it gonna cost?
Yep.
Best case scenario, worst case scenario.
No, you're
Then
right.
we know.
We go to Concord and find out if we can get a variance.
Yeah, and then find out if we can get a variance, but at least we have a number to put to the size of the building based on the system, without us just trying to sit here and just guess,
Right,
Oh, I agree. I
you
mean,
know?
It would be good to go to Primex too and find out what the cost savings is a year.
Slippery floor, huh?
Careful.
Should
Yes,
we
ma'am.
find out insurance wise, whether it's sprinkler or none,
Well,
would
that's
make
what-
a difference, yeah.
Oh, yeah, it would
see
make a
what the,
difference, it definitely would make a difference.
So
At least
maybe
we
we
have-
we
can
can-
find out
We can,
how much?
of a difference.
You wanna read this?
Yeah, that's in Primex.
Yeah, you wanna
Yeah,
write that down?
that- Yes, I
And now,
can.
is that company that you used, the commercial, like sprinkler company?
We
Yeah.
do commercially and residential.
And that was in Maine, right?
Yeah, it was in Maine. I'll find that.
And I, doing some quick research, I found there's a couple out of the southern part of New Hampshire too. There's one out of Mass.
Carter, there's New Hampshire Fire, they're in the Concord area, I've worked with both. Automatic used to be out of Maine, I don't think they're in business anymore. There was another guy over there too that we used a bunch of
Get it
times.
my phone.
So there's people to be able to, and send it out to two or three different individuals.
Got a dog here and the chick looks like a white hair.
They're bound to show up someday.
Yeah.
What was the name of the company, Lisa, that you said?
I was trying to look and see if I had it in my
Oh,
phone.
okay.
Jessie weren't too happy when she saw her.
I can imagine.
Where we go after this, after the fire sprinkler system, I mean, what else do we need? As far as getting a solid quote,
Do we need,
cost,
Specifications.
Alternative sprinkler fire protection. Might have an invoice here.
and they're in Maine?
So it cost $13,750, that's what the invoice
For
was,
your house.
for my house.
Yeah.
They're out of Poland.
is that also the barn?
Not the barn, just the house in that little section behind it.
Yeah, yeah,
Poland, man.
Where are they?
Poland, Maine. That's my in-laws are from. See if I can find an email, at least I can. Yep, right there.
Yeah, so that's not too bad.
No, it's not.
No, when we were hearing all those other quotes,
Insurance down.
those other,
It did, it brought my home insurance down a lot. It did.
so your sprinklers are, the pipes running exposed or,
They're in the wall, cause we had gutted that, so that
so
everything
you
was
had-
exposed, so they're in the walls. And then the heads are flat against the ceiling, so when they detect heat, they pop down and.
okay, oh, perfect,
Yeah,
wow, yeah,
nice.
and like I said, I have a 400 gallon tank full of water. in the
400
basement.
gallon bottle,
Yeah, in the basement, yeah,
that's the size I put in the
Yeah.
basement houses.
yeah,
And it's a dry system.
Yeah.
Little
Until
tiny
it-
compressor and.
Yeah.
When you lose pressure on the flap, let's go, it'll head to that head.
and then we saved more money on the insurance, cause we put some sort of thing on the outside of the house.
Right.
And when they come up with the fire trucks, they can plug it in, it goes through the system.
Instead of, yeah,
right.
perfect.
There's a term for that, I forget what.
Yeah.
it is.
Standpipe,
Yeah. Something.
standpipe.
Okay, so we need to send these plans out to,
I'll send them
Sprinkler
up to
system.
Carter and New Hampshire Fire.
okay,
Sorry.
I can send them to that guy, I think I have his emails.
Yeah,
yeah.
okay. So
Now, are
then-
we gonna send both the fire and the other? Yeah, both,
So it would be,
but it would,
I think it would be, I don't know how we would find that out if we're allowed to do an R system that a plumber can do for those 2 bedrooms, which I'm assuming we can because of the square footage and what it is.
Little,
I mean, this building is more of a
Yeah,
commercial
this-
style
right,
and it makes sense, they're gonna run black iron.
right,
But running packs for those 2 bedrooms. And it's just a matter of if we can contain it as a cube, or if we're gonna take the wall all the way up to the deck, cause that's gonna make a little difference on framing and drywall.
It'd be interesting to see how much it was to do the whole firehouse or just the 2 bedrooms, right?
A comparison.
Could do that.
Yeah, it might not be a big difference. Maybe it would save us on our insurance.
Right, if
You
it
never
did,
know.
yeah.
Get
If we
two
did the
quotes.
whole, yeah,
Both
The
quotes,
downside
two
of that is
just
where we have the amount of water storage
Yeah.
capacity.
Yeah.
I don't think we get away with a 400 gallon bottle.
Just so we don't-
Yeah.
Maybe we could,
perfect.
quotes. Never know,
we put a
right?
cistern for this out here.
Yeah.
That could be buried underneath the building.
How many gallons?
I don't know.
You
I think
say,
the Middleton school was, I think, 10,000 gallons, Middleton Elementary School.
That's a lot bigger, yeah.
Yeah,
you
that's
do the
big.
same thing at the firehouse with that thing outside, right, to get the tank truck right next door, they just
Yep,
plug it
and
in.
just hook in.
Yep.
They would, that would be done anyway, though,
Yeah.
especially on this municipal building. It's definitely warrants the size.
Mhm.
But that's information it could gather.
Specify the fire truck will be here at town meeting.
That's right, the fire truck will be here at
Bumper.
town meeting, yes. Yes, it will be. And for voting too, don't they usually have that here for voting?
Yes, all,
Yeah. So, we would be prepared.
So I don't know how we would proceed to have a conversation with the state fire marshal as far as variance. What Chris was talking about, you know,
JT.
what exceptions, yeah, if you could have a powwow.
Right.
Even if you have to go sit down, or one of the board members goes and sits with them and
I agree.
Right,
listen to that firsthand out of the
Right.
horse's mouth, so that we're not, can formulate some questions ahead of time and get our answers.
sure.
Fire code variances right on, there's a form right on the website.
Is there really?
Request a fire code variance.
So you would be willing to sit with, go with JT?
Sure.
It's a pretty generic form, it's just got, you know, the name of the applicant and just a detailed request for why you're requesting a variance and a sketch, so.
There you go, I was gonna say, we've got
Fire-resistant
that.
construction weighs heavily on any variances, cause if you're building with fire-resistant construction, it changes
Right.
what
Versus,
what you were able to do.
Right,
There's really no
So
stipulations.
if it was a steel
listed.
stud framed, sheet rocked,
building like this,
building like this, bar joists, you know, target roof or something. Again, in a steel building, the flammability is that vinyl, and I can tell you what, I know what that looks like, cause I had to fix a building after it burned. It's like kids burning marshmallows.
wow,
And even when you spray foam structures, residences, you have to put a fire coating over that. And particularly, I know code was changing the I-joists that are on the market now. Talk to any fire guy, and you're going into these big houses in a lake that are burning, it just blows the whole floor system right out.
Wow.
Because you just got that OSB.
oh, that one beam?
Yeah, and that whole beam, those I-joists, you got a
Yeah,
LVL type set on the top and bottom with a piece of OSB down the middle. And I've had 2 or 3 different fire chiefs say, yeah, those burn right out, right away, they're gone.
oh, with
So then it
the,
makes the floor system unsafe.
with the glue and all that stuff in there and all that
Oh, yeah.
materials, yeah,
It's something wicked.
wow,
that makes sense.
okay. Is there anything else we need to discuss about the sprinklers? We're gonna go with find out from Primex,
Should put a
how much
sprinkler system on mine.
savings,
There you go.
send this to both, to all 3. Both plans, I'll talk to JT, well, he's on the conference, so when he gets back. I'll talk to JT about going to the fire marshal for a variance. Should we, and I know, Chris, I know you had spoken to the forester, but should we start looking at someone to remove those trees or?
Already have.
Oh, okay. Never mind then.
The first name that the forester recommended, he said we'd be better off just to call it a mechanized operation. Which we already knew that, somebody's gonna come in and ship it,
Right,
and he said, again, there's someone in town, so it would most likely cost us otherwise, because if there's not enough income for a logger to come in and set up and do all of that stuff. So if we went with somebody from town, we would probably get a better deal, if not free, because they have a vested interest, so he recommended Frank, that was the first name he gave.
right, okay,
Oh, Frank,
Frank,
Barney.
Barney,
Party.
and that's one we were talking about to begin with, so,
neighbor,
perfect.
There you go.
Lives in Lost Valley, yeah.
yeah, neighbor.
He just did some work for us in the association as well. He did a nice job.
Okay, another question came up last week, which, and I hate to go back on this topic, but the septic. If this is gonna be used as an emergency shelter, will that septic that we were discussing with the pump and will that be enough? Will that be enough for that?
I think so.
I mean, I
I don't
don't,
even know if it can get away with what was discussed, so I can't weigh in on any of that. You'd have to talk to somebody.
yeah,
Lawrence, did you get a chance to talk to,
To David?
the septic
No,
guy?
I didn't talk to him. I sent him up that plan, copy that plan, but I haven't talked to him. But it's like the town hall, they had all the old companies up there,
Right.
you know, it's only for 1 day or 2 days, it ain't gonna flood that system.
No, I agree.
You can, yeah, you
Right.
can,
We can say that, but we gotta get an answer.
you can discuss it all you want, but even if, just like those 2 sleeping rooms further back, you don't need them. Take them out, get rid of the sprinkler system. It ain't, we've got too many wants, we should go back to just what we need. If we're gonna get this building, you keep running the price of this building up, we ain't gonna get it, come to
Oh.
the meeting.
I'm not arguing, I agree with you.
So,
I'm
we
with you
should
on
go
that.
for what we need and not what we want.
I
So
agree.
we don't need a sprinkler system if we can take them, just those 2 bedrooms out of there. We really need to have 2 people sleeping in that building.
Not right now.
I think the only thing you gotta think about with that is, you know, right now we have our contract with Action Ambulance, right?
Till 2030,
Right?
20 when?
30.
30.
And Action, who knows, right? So if we end up having to have the ambulance or the EMTs back here to cover us, I think you need to have a veteran for them to sleep in.
You don't necessarily have to. What if you ran 2 shifts? Do you get paid to sleep at your job? I don't.
The Ossipee one doesn't have sleeping quarters,
Yes, it does.
does it?
Oh, yeah.
Yes, it does. Yeah, and they sleep at Action.
Action's got sleeping quarters, both ambulance base center Ospey, I think, has sleeping
Yeah.
quarters.
With sprinkler systems?
It's an older building.
No.
No.
They were grandfathered, so we don't.
No, they sleep overnight at Action.
Wakefield has, I think, 4 or 5 bedrooms in theirs.
Yeah, but you
There's-
have to consider that Wakefield is a lot richer town than Effingham.
Well, I understand that.
And that was gonna
Yeah.
pay
And
the
again,
salaries
and,
of
you
these
know,
people
I'm gonna-
that are gonna
I'm
be
gonna-
sitting in there sleeping 24 hours.
And this is just me advocating for, you know, when we had this conversation, we were saying we weren't building the building for now, we're building the building for the future.
That
Yeah.
may be.
Cause none of us have a crystal ball, and it would really
That's true.
kind of,
But when the people vote on it,
and I understand that, and I would hate for it to get to be, you know, 10, 15 years down the road, and then we run into a snag where then we gotta build them again, and then we gotta do it.
Or just add on?
And that I get too.
right,
I mean, cause we got room to add on.
How much are those 2 bedrooms really costing us?
we don't know that yet, do we?
We don't know until we see the
Sprinklers.
sprinklers.
Why can't
And
we
fire
just put a
separation
sprinkler
and stuff.
system in just those two rooms?
That's what we're talking about initially.
Yeah,
And again, we could get a variance.
Yeah, we could get a variance also.
That shouldn't be very much.
That variance may work too.
if it's only for the 2 rooms and such.
You got the
And they
room,
got a fire truck right there.
There's a lot of what ifs.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just like here, I mean, when you have your meetings, bring a fire truck. You usually bring a fire truck anyhow, get the pumper. You know,
Right
Something
next
bad.
door.
Right,
something happens, you got it.
right.
It's on the first floor, they have egress, some sort of window or door to get out of there, I don't know why you need it to be sprinkled.
It is on
I
the,
think there's a lot, yeah, for
Yeah,
You know,
questions,
there's a lot of
that could be
unknowns.
part of the conversation with the state
Yeah.
fire marshal.
Yeah, you
it's
need-
gonna be a
Those
first
questions
floor.
already asked, even with egress windows, if you have sleeping.
Oh, they are.
quarters,
But that could be part of the
Actually, yeah,
variance too, like when you sit down with the state fire marshal office, because it's listed as a bunk room, but there's not going to be scheduled people there 24/7.
right,
You know?
Right,
it's gonna be
This
sporadic.
is, you know, this is us building for the future, I understand that, but, you know, that's what it's listed at, great, but there's nothing saying that we're gonna put a bed in there when this is built, right?
no, it's gonna be
It's
storage.
gonna be a storage
It's gonna be
room,
storage, 2 storage
you know,
rooms,
yeah, it's
right?
listed on the plans as a bunk room, but that could be part of the variance.
Change the
You know?
plans to storage.
So you just change the name.
Change
So
it just-
in
yeah.
residential world, the closet triggers if it's a bedroom or not. You build a room, put a closet in it, it is now a bedroom. It now needs egress, if Chubb Insurance, because that's the one that drives for the sprinklers on big houses, then it's gotta have a sprinkler in that, as well. But
Storage room.
it's the-
So if we
it's the
say it's a
closet.
storage
So
room,
we
it's
go to inside storage rooms.
right, 2 storage
It's
rooms,
That's,
With another
that's the way I would,
right,
You know,
that's what
I'm
I
just-
was thinking.
Later.
Later.
And that could be part of the conversation with the fire marshal, be like, it's not gonna be like, it's not the day that we move into that building, people's gonna be sleeping in it that night, it's not gonna be that way,
No, it's gonna be storage
you know?
until if any time, if
yeah.
at any time it's needed.
Exactly.
So you could make those 2 rooms one large room.
Mhm.
But you put the nailer in the outside wall, you put the nailer on the demising interior wall, so that if indeed that those does need to be separated at some point, some steel studs, sheet rock on either side or paneling, and it's done, it's separated.
And the 3 selectmen or women at that time will have to make a few decisions, won't they?
Yep, that's correct.
Right.
Then you don't have a bedroom.
You know, it's
You
just,
still could put egress windows in, doesn't matter.
yeah, you still add
You
them.
just put a casement in, it meets the 5 square foot minimum.
we're just getting so hung up on the word bunk room and all that.
Yeah,
I don't see a closet in there.
Well,
You don't
no,
need a
but
bunk
it-
room.
But that's, we're now going by the IBC, not the IRC.
Right,
Right,
There's a little difference in that. So if you take away the words bunk room,
Storage.
again, put the nailers in the wall, in the ceiling, where it would be laid out for future. Don't put it in, because that's just, it could be somebody's office.
that makes more sense.
And it's gonna be no
Somebody's
different than out
office.
here, you know, we could sit down and be like, you know, the space is gonna be this big in anticipation for one event. Yes, it can fit this many people, but it's gonna be used for X, Y, and Z this many times a year and only this one big event this many times.
yeah,
And that could be the variance.
I mean, like JT explained, what was it,
You know?
2 years ago, 3 years ago, they slept overnight at this station.
Yeah, I slept on a table,
Table support you?
barely. I didn't lay on it very long.
It's not a good table.
My cruiser seat was more comfortable, but I mean, all of us, we were pushing 26, 28, 30 hours that day.
Right.
Or
Right.
2 days, whatever it was, you know?
Yeah.
We
But
were
that's-
all exhausted.
Yeah, but that's the first time in how many years?
I don't know, I've only worked here for 5.
Yeah, okay. So basically, storage room.
Yeah, I would say just make it a
I
storage
mean,
room.
and it could be, you
And when
could
it's
all
needed
cots in
later.
there and throw something on the floor, 2
Right.
egress windows are in there, and that's that.
You could have
And-
cots
But,
pushed off
you know,
on the
one
side,
step at a
folding.
time.
folding.
Get it, like Linda said, get it through town meeting. If a sprinkler system had to be added, there is access to that could be done at a later date.
Correct.
If it became that, your stop loss carrier walks through the building and says, I think this is.
Well, we lost,
I'm doing
We
it.
lost action, we had to supply our own unit.
Exactly, so then you build it out, so it's pre-existing, non-conforming, but it's done.
Right,
It's a lot simpler to do it, right?
you're right, getting too hung up on the
Yeah.
bunk room, on that word.
And I don't wanna
Make it
speak
a-
out of turn, but it's just, we all
pinball
looking at
machine.
everything
Why?
at a face value at this point, like looking at it on words and,
Right.
what we're getting for information.
Right,
It's a unique circumstance for us in a whole, because yes, we're
Yeah.
trying to build for the future, but the size that we have may meet one code, but we could get the variance on the other one, because we're only using it for specific type of things, certain days of the year.
right,
And it could be like that with circumstance, like, okay, the fire department's gonna be there with fire trucks, there's gonna be 6 firefighters there for that one day that we're gonna be over that cap of people, the fire marshal building.
And you look at down the road here where they don't have sprinkler system.
Oh, I know.
And look how many children are in that building.
Well, that was built at a different time.
So,
You know, it's the same thing, it's like ambulance
Exactly.
spaces, they don't have sprinkler system. What else, the
Absolutely.
Center Ospey Fire doesn't have it.
Well, on the Appalachian Trail and the camps,
Yeah.
the, what do you call them? The huts.
Yeah.
I mean, I slept in there a lot.
And like, I know like West Ospey's used their upper.
Up to 20 people in there.
Slept upstairs there in their meeting room before,
Hey?
that's
go
not
on that
very good.
way.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
It's not defined as a bunk room, but throw out a cot.
I mean, the huts are bunk rooms,
Just-
I mean, 20 people up and up.
Yeah, 20 people, that's a bunk room.
Right.
So, yeah,
So
okay,
definitely,
Take
it's
the bunk room.
not bunk rooms, they're storages.
So my suggestion is on the plan, I know JT's not here to weigh in on it, but on this plan, which shows those two bunk rooms, is that we eliminate that demising wall,
Right,
put one door in, put the details in, when we frame that, we'll frame for additional door.
just have it there.
We'll put nailers in the walls for a demising wall. Because it's pretty easy to know right where that is, mark it up and stick it in the backside of the meter box. And then somebody come with a sawzall, cut that sheet rock out, knock those two studs out with the
Right,
G1K screws
exactly.
and fit a door in there. Put a
Right.
demising wall in, if it ever happens.
So we know no wiring or nothing in there, yeah.
Well, it would be wired like it's typically wired.
Yeah.
But it would all be on the
I
same.
mean, that door.
right,
Yeah, no, there'll be one door,
right,
one open space, it's not gonna draw our attention.
I
right,
agree. I agree.
But you frame for that, and it's all covered,
right,
nobody knows that.
makes a lot of sense.
Well, I think if we can get our foot in the door, would be a big accomplishment if we could get people to at
Yes,
least get it started.
I agree,
And that's
I
a good way
agree.
to do it.
So you're gonna get the plans updated?
Well, is that what we'd like to do, is get the plans updated?
for the,
I think so,
yeah, to
for the
go,
fire department, and I don't
Right.
think we have to really consider
I-
that for a sprinkler at all, then.
I
Right,
wouldn't wait
then
for
we don't have
JT,
to.
I think we need to do it now.
Okay, I'll have Lee,
Great,
how,
great.
how long, JT's gonna be gone for a couple of days.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we gotta move on.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, he'll be gone a couple of days, I wouldn't,
so the only plan we need to get out for the sprinkler would be this municipal.
this one, yeah,
Right, PD municipal, and see
Right.
what we have.
right,
Leo, is anybody watching? Can you do it? JT may be watching.
Hi, JT.
is he?
I don't know, there's one person,
One person,
I don't know. If JT's on, watching, give me a call.
I'd call
JT,
him.
if you're watching.
I don't think you have a problem with it.
I don't think he'll have a problem with it.
There's,
either.
the square footage
Because
is there,
Right,
and basically,
Right.
down the road,
Everything will be
it will be there,
already in,
Right.
simple to put in
Done.
and do.
I think it makes
Move-
sense, and
move
it
forward,
does, yeah,
please.
definitely,
It'll be framed for
Yep.
knockdown frame, identical to everything else.
Yes.
Once you cut the sheet rock back, take out some supporting studs.
And then we
put it on
don't
the
need-
header, and everything slides in.
and there's no need for sprinkler in that building at all,
Correct, so that takes
So-
it out of this, that takes a lot out. But
Okay.
you still have the septic to deal with. So
Mhm.
the septic is a big deal, so
You'll find out from Dane.
Well,
Hopefully,
if-
he's gonna call you.
But the-
we need an
Have
answer.
some people in there and, for one day, we can change something.
You need to get an answer.
Yeah.
do we need
You're
any
thinking around with
information
it.
on the one, the septic?
Yeah.
in the
Want to
fire-
call
no, no,
Dave
in the
and tell him
firehouse?
that?
Yeah,
Go ahead.
sure, I'm not gonna call and tell them that, but if you're gonna do something, do it. That's one of the things,
think my
otherwise we talk to a
cousin's
designer
septic
and
installer
have him
asked.
design a system, do we have to, can we do what you're saying, it would be great.
Well, if we're not increasing the load,
But you're not the state talking, you're, I agree with you, Lawrence, but
We
we're
have
governed by other
We have to
things,
go by the state code,
right?
just like the sprinkler system.
Same
yeah, we have to go
goddamn
by the
thing.
code,
It's nice to think that,
So-
but can we get a clear
we're gonna
answer?
update the system, cause we're gonna have people in there for one day.
We're talking about the firehouse septic system or
Well,
this
well,
system?
well,
No.
The
Both.
firehouse, we could run into the existing tank, but
Yeah.
Lawrence had a great idea, if we were allowed to put another tank
Right.
outside the building and just pump into that existing field, that would be the simplest, easiest, and foolproof way to do that.
Versus running it over the driveway and all that stuff.
right,
Right, right.
So how much does it
Fire.
cost for a tank to drop in, run the pipe right to,
That would
the
be perfect,
leach.
and I agree with that.
I mean, it's all dug up, everything is, you know, being dug up, we don't have to run a pipe across the road,
Right.
driveway and all that stuff, so.
That would be
Tank is
ideal.
what, $2,000, $3,000?
Well, I'm sure you can do that.
Well, tank's
But
gonna cost
you
more
will
than
have, to, you know, have some type of a plan that goes to the state.
Yeah, we gotta get the plan.
Well, you gotta get the
I'm sure you
plan,
can do it.
Yeah, what's our tank?
It's
4,000.
2,000 gallons. I had to do something special on the outside of it, cause it was
Coat
near
it.
the lake,
Yeah, you have to coat it,
Yeah.
that's not much.
yeah. It was fine,
Oh, the outside of the thing?
Yeah.
Yeah,
oh, okay.
cause it was near the lake,
So if anything happens,
but it was 5.
it's ready.
that's like a
Don't forget your
coating,
jacket.
like a black coating, yeah.
Like
This
black,
time.
almost like
Do you need the
peachy stuff.
papers that
Yeah.
Caitlin
Tires
brought
showing.
out for you?
Yeah.
Do you need the papers, the box of stuff that Caitlin pulled
Oh,
out?
no.
Hey, don't-
I've already looked at it.
Oh, you looked through it,
Yeah,
okay.
don't forget your jacket,
Yeah,
don't forget your jacket.
I'll
I
chase it
saw
down
the
and
white,
give you back
white
this time.
plan, that big plan, well, it was something she had grown up, so it didn't. It was the same
I don't know
thing.
what happened to we had a septic plan. I don't know what happened to it.
Probably you lost it.
Yeah, probably. So you're gonna try to get a hold of David again?
Oh, yeah, I sent him that plan. Took a picture of it, sent it to him. But the state will let us put a tank in, as long as we don't increase the load, but if you tell them we're gonna have 300 people there, they ain't gonna fly.
That's what Dave said, or that's what you know?
No, that's what I said,
Yeah.
that's what Mike was saying, you know, one day we got 300 people there. It's gonna overload that system. It ain't gonna overload it, but they're gonna save. If you all 300, you ain't going into the bathroom. But they're there, they could.
You're gonna have 300 flushes,
Mm-hmm,
you're gonna have a
300
minimum of
flushes.
300 flushes.
right. Right,
Don't serve any drinks.
exactly.
Yeah, no more coffee.
Right, don't serve any food, drinks, nothing.
And some people,
Nothing.
like my wife, will be 3 times.
It might be 2 or 3.
I'll tell you what he said.
Push come to shove, we could put 3 outhouses in front of the goddamn building.
That's true, you're right,
Those fancy ones now,
Yeah, the wedding ones,
yeah,
yeah.
yeah, you're right. If it came down to that, we had to.
If there's ways around things, but
Mm-hmm,
Again, we just need some
we
information.
need, yeah, some of the information,
real information.
yeah,
You don't need the state coming in and shut you down
no,
and be in the newspaper about doing something stupid.
we don't need to be in the newspaper,
Yeah,
Tell that guy next to you.
we
yeah,
don't need it,
you want the chair?
no, nope, 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 nope. Okay, so,
You know what we're talking about.
we discussed the municipal, the minutes. Is there anything else besides the fire? That definitely, I'm sure, if we go with that storage,
I'll let Lee know.
let
that
Lee know
tomorrow
that.
morning. Let's get it all.
Go
let's
ahead
all
with
do
that, exactly.
And I think we should, no matter what, but we can do due diligence and framing. Right, Lisa?
absolutely.
You know,
I think that's a
couple of
perfect
studs under the
solution.
header and you
Perfect.
just put the.
No, that's a-
frame,
that's a
build it as if you were
perfect-
doing it,
Yeah,
and then cover it,
exactly, that's
put the
fine.
nailers in.
Then you can just add it on.
Yeah.
Right,
Something
I say we
happens,
do
you
that.
just.
once
Yeah.
it's in, once it's done, exactly, oh
When the
gee,
need arises.
that's when you
we can
do
look
it.
at-
We don't have the need right now, but
No.
there is, might be a time.
There very likely will be. You know,
Right.
JT was already talking about, you know, actions a little bit on the edge.
It is.
Mhm.
My brother works for Actions.
I know.
Yeah.
Oh, he does?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you got it inside here.
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll,
He does sleep over there, so,
Sometimes.
yeah. A lot
Sometimes you don't
lately,
sleep.
cause they're short.
Yeah.
yeah, that's what they were saying.
Sometimes you just sit there and wait.
Yeah, sometimes, yeah, and other times you don't go there at all.
So we'll get the, plans to the sprinkler systems,
I'll send out to two.
alright?
Maybe 3 if I can get a third out.
You're gonna
I'll
get with JT,
I'll
you
get
know,
with JT
variance.
about the variance and that stuff. The trees you already got taken care of, okay? Lawrence is gonna get plans to David. Okay,
How about the interior heating
Okay.
system and all that stuff?
It'll be design build. I mean, I don't think, I believe none of us here have the expertise, I'm not a leading guy, I've put a lot of systems in and to help design systems, but I think the approach that we had from last town meeting's building came from Todd, our plumber that works for the town. And I had another quote with heat pumps from a good friend of mine, I've done 25 years worth of work with him on big houses on the waterfront. And he had a heat pump system, so we had stuff that was solar ready, and then we had the basics that works, and the price difference was like $50,000 between them.
Oh,
Wow,
wow, more cost for the heat pumps.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, way more efficient,
Oh, yeah, yeah,
and, I mean, ideal for, solar ready, you can just
Yeah.
put panels up and you're running pretty much on your,
yeah, like me,
you'd make electricity on top of this.
Like me.
On this, like you, same thing, look at the exposure we have.
okay,
So, but for the for the sake of dollars and cents on both of these structures, gas-fired furnaces, again, above the PD would be ideal. One for the PD, one for the meeting space, you're still
But the
gonna
meeting-
have AC with them, so you'll have condensers.
meeting space is not gonna be utilized much, so,
It's still gonna be sized to do the job,
Right,
when
right.
necessary.
yeah,
Again.
but non-use 55, 60 degrees.
Well, you
whatever.
keep it at, 58 or something like that,
Yeah.
non-use. And you can
Sure,
go the
you keep it
extreme
low.
and put radiant in, because as soon as you move air, all your heat is up on the ceiling, and that's got a big vaulted ceiling. So, and I've proven that radiant is a much more efficient way of heating.
Can you throw fans up there to drop the
You
heat?
can, yeah, and they're not very expensive. The last building I re-renovated, the company I worked for, after it burned out on the inside, we added fans just to circulate air.
Circulate air
Right.
like that,
Yeah, you get 4 overhead doors that are 16 foot wide, 16 feet tall, the summertime, the heat just blazes right in there.
oh, yeah,
right,
But in the winter, that's got radiant in that one, that's all that heats that.
right,
Keeps it wonderful. And the heat's, at 5 feet, where you're working, the floor's warm. But there's redundancy in that, cause you don't have cooling out of that.
right,
And I don't think the town anybody's gonna wanna pay for the redundancy.
no,
Although you can prove its efficiency in the long haul,
yeah, but,
still people will always go for the short stick.
How much would you meet in there during the hot summer, like town halls?
well, it's gonna be all
town
like
meeting is
Tuesday nights,
March, right?
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah, so you get cooling,
that's right too.
you still get the
Yeah.
cooling side, that's a big space to cool. So fans would be
Right.
pretty good
that's where you want
to
fans.
drive that down.
I got one of those, big ass fans,
Yeah, I know, just,
I put
yeah,
that in a garage that I built.
Yeah, you put the 4-footers
I'll
up
tell
there or
you,
whatever,
it
6
worked
footers.
awesome.
you don't even need, you just, the 3 foot fans that circulate,
Yeah.
you put
Right.
3 of them
Yeah.
up in that space.
Well, yeah,
That
3
down.
and 3, basically, you can,
20
6
foot,
total.
20, yeah,
Keeps the air moving.
Yeah.
And cool.
You can set up the switches for
Yep.
independent, where you want.
works good.
I just have to lift.
I mean, we did that at the Grange, the UPS, I mean, we got the fans up there on the 2nd floor,
Where's that?
UPS.
Yeah, what if
Oh,
it
yeah.
was, what if it was a murderer?
Oh, yeah, is he watching?
No, he wanted me to relay the message that he's not comfortable with any changes being made to that without him being a part of the discussion. So he said if someone wants to call him, they can call him, but he wants to be part of that conversation before something changes.
I think there's some stuff going on that you probably should leave a bedroom,
Well,
but talk to
So
JT about it.
if someone wants to call him and kinda update him, he said.
as far as I'm concerned as selectman, I mean, basically, I don't have a problem getting rid of bunk rooms.
Okay.
Sorry, JT, but if you wanna talk to him,
No, I'll talk
As
to
your-
him, but I think we should go ahead with the 2 storage rooms, they're gonna be bunk rooms eventually
have the
anyway.
conversations with him. And explain to him, I am for it, I mean, I think everybody's for it,
I'm just being the messenger here.
everybody's for, we already had a discussion.
I think the bigger part of that is the sprinkler. If there's anything under his skin, it's not installing the sprinkler, that's my guess.
I think so too, he just kinda
But that's
got
the
the
one.
quick and dirty version from me and he just said.
That's okay,
Can you
that's
let
right.
them know that? And I said, yes, I can. So I'm the messenger boy.
Have the
Well,
discussion with him,
Thank you very much.
and you
Don't
You heard
shoot
my
the-
speech.
Don't shoot the messenger.
I'm not shooting a message.
No, not at all.
Well, he's at home, I can't. Well, so we can wait, so
Oh, we're gonna get this resolved this week. I mean,
Well, I'll-
when he comes back,
Yeah.
she'll
How
contact.
long is this
I
conference?
think he's,
He'll
I
be
think he'll be
back
back
Friday.
this weekend,
Yeah, this
Oh,
weekend,
okay.
so.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll get this resolved. this
3
week.
days.
Yeah,
No, as far as I'm concerned, it's resolved.
I hear you, but with all due respect,
Alright,
I think everybody should have their due.
true.
no, they
Whatever they do
should,
it.
definitely,
So
I agree, but
definitely,
let's keep peace in the family.
yep,
totally understand where you're coming from and, but it's,
I hate being in that spot.
we have to move forward because this,
True.
the time is getting really
Yeah, we're-
short.
So
running
it's
out
really
of
short.
time.
It's ridiculously short.
Yeah,
This should have
and,
been, this should have been 2 months ago.
I mean, if we wanna present it to the town meeting, we gotta do it now.
Yeah,
And like Linda said, if the cost is way, what we have right now, it's not gonna pass.
oh, I know that. I think. we
I'll tell you
can
that right
get
now.
I think we can get that down.
We have to,
We will.
so.
yeah, we definitely have to get that down.
We'll get other revenue.
I hope so. We don't have that right now. I don't have that.
I know, but that's the other way to do it, right? You can get the cost down, you can get other revenue.
I understand.
Yeah.
Alright,
All right, any other business, any other discussions?
I think Tuftonboro, it took them 5 years to get their police station through.
Really?
yeah,
And
Jackson,
finally, the selectmen just said, we're just gonna pour concrete. Then Lee gets a phone call, hey, we got concrete, but the plans don't fit it. Can you fix it?
We just drove by that one in Jackson.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
That's, yeah, that's.
I was there,
Big,
2 weeks ago.
multi-millions.
It was about that with me, it was,
Did you see the
Wow.
historical society, new building, where they moved it?
no.
Yeah, it was just go up the street, right?
It came 150 feet
I
down
went
the
to the
road.
puzzle store, so,
Yeah,
yeah.
$1 million.
Well,
Wow.
they put a lot of money, yeah.
I
Did a
did
lot of
see
work.
that, yes, yes.
Yeah, it was a good, I mean, it was a good investment, I mean, as
Yeah.
far as doing it, I
Yeah.
mean, it's a historical
I
building.
went to the puzzle store, so.
Oh, right, yeah.
I was buying it.
Oh, you didn't go to a Wildcat?
Huh?
You didn't go to a Wildcat?
No.
Was it hoot night? Friday
Right,
nights, Thursdays or something.
yeah.
No.
Hey, I'll entertain a motion to adjourn then,
I'll make that motion.
I'll second.
okay,
Oh, right.
all in favor?
Aye.
Okay, meeting adjourned at. Chickens. 6:34. Actually, Chris said something, you'll wait. Cool.